Genesis chapter 2 is often referred to as the second creation story. While Genesis chapter 1 provides a broad overview of God's creation, chapter 2 zooms in on the creation of humanity and the early days of Adam and Eve. In this chapter, we'll delve into the fascinating details of human creation, the nature of God, and the institution of marriage. The creation of Adam, Genesis 2:4-7. Verse 4, the account of Adam's creation is introduced, highlighting God's formation of man from the dust of the ground. Verse 5, the earth is described as being without vegetation, and no rain has fallen. Verse 6, a mist rises from the earth, watering the ground. Verse 7, God forms Adam from the dust of the ground and breathes life into him. This passage highlights the unique nature of humanity. We are created from the dust of the ground, yet we are imbued with the breath of life from God. This emphasizes our dual nature as physical and spiritual beings. The Garden of Eden, Genesis 2:8-14. Verse 8. God plants the Garden of Eden, a paradise for Adam. Verse 9. The garden is described as containing trees that are pleasing to the eye and good for food. Verse 10. A river flows from the garden, dividing into 4 branches. Verse 11-14. The 4 branches are described, including the Pishon, Gihon, Tigris, and Euphrates rivers. Understanding God's providence, the Garden of Eden represents God's perfect provision for humanity. The garden is a place of abundance, beauty, and joy, demonstrating God's desire to bless and care for His creation. Adam's responsibilities, Genesis 2:15-17. Verse 15. Adam is placed in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. Verse 16. Adam is given permission to eat from any tree in the garden, except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Verse 17. The consequences of eating from the forbidden tree are stated: death. Understanding human responsibility. This passage emphasizes humanity's responsibility to care for God's creation. Adam is tasked with working and taking care of the garden, demonstrating the importance of stewardship and responsibility. The creation of Eve, Genesis 2:18-22. Verse 18. God recognizes that Adam needs a helper and decides to create Eve. Verse 19. Adam names the animals, but none are suitable as helpers. Verse 20. Adam falls into a deep sleep, and God takes one of his ribs to create Eve. Verse 21-22. Eve is created, and Adam recognizes her as bone of his bone and flesh of his flesh. This expressed the understanding and importance of relationships. The creation of Eve highlights the importance of human relationships. Adam recognizes Eve as his equal and companion, demonstrating the value of partnership and community. The institution of marriage, Genesis 2:23-25. Verse 23. Adam declares Eve to be his wife, and they become one flesh. Verse 24. The institution of marriage is established, with the husband leaving his parents to cleave to his wife. Verse 25. Adam and Eve are described as being naked and unashamed, understanding the significance and value of marriage. This passage establishes the institution of marriage as a sacred and fundamental aspect of human society. Marriage is portrayed as a union between 2 equal partners, emphasizing the importance of love, commitment, and intimacy. In conclusion, therefore, Genesis chapter 2 offers a fascinating glimpse into the creation of humanity and the early days of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Through this chapter, we gain a deeper understanding of human nature, God's providence, human responsibility, the importance of relationships, and the significance of marriage. As we reflect on these themes, may we be inspired to cultivate a deeper appreciation for God's creation and our place within it. Kindly subscribe and share for more insights. Cheers